going on? This is really.
This is VI.
And this is
Factorz TV.
What's going on? This is episode 3, man. We tuned in. We're about
Nice.
to get it going, man. Current events and everything that has to do with culture and relevance in our city.
Talking ish, swallowing spit.
Swallowing big spit, man, because we can't talk too much ish. But we're going to definitely give you guys what you guys want to know. We took some polls from people as far as what they want to hear, some topics, some discussions, man.
Questionnaires, saying what everybody want to hear, what they want to, topics they want us to speak about. So, what's one of you got? What's one of you?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I want to start off with we got to show love to, my friend, he did a pop-up, and he did it last minute before Christmas, and somebody who's been working hard, man, since he come home.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out my guy, man.
Shout out
Demetrius
Bad
Tinsley.
Clothing, man.
Bad Clothing. You guys see it, man.
Had a pop-up, man, did his thing.
Yeah, he did a pop-up right before Christmas, man.
He also did a couple give back this year.
He did some giveaways, the backpack, man, the gifts. Yeah. Man, they've been working hard, man. Shout out my guy. So I just want to show him love first and foremost, man, because he's been working hard, man, through everything he goes through and deals with. He's still finding a way to give back and also be productive. So that's something we can all take something from, man. But one of my topics was
Nah, hold on. What? Have we spoken since Louisiana? Have we ain't even?
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. Are you caught up?
Did we?
Yeah, man.
All right. That's what I was saying. Yeah, go ahead. What was your first topic?
I had somebody hit me and they wanted to talk about how do you co-parent with a deadbeat parent.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And it was, of course, it's a wild array of a subject. You can come from different angles, but
it must be a epidemic. I got that one, too. Jesus Christ. You got to make better decisions. But go ahead.
For sure, you got to fix your picker. But basically what I told them was we were going to talk about it a little bit, and everything is situational. Of course, everything is different. Everybody's situation is different. People are different. But basically, just what I get from it is we all receive and we take things and we give things differently. So for some people, love might be a different thing. Support might be a different thing. And that's a problem.
Love language. And
love language. Yeah. That's the problem with having children early, having kids with somebody before you know them, because you don't know how they love or how they support.
Or know yourself.
Yeah, or know yourselves. But that's how it was asked, of course, is just ignorant. But it's a real topic because even myself going through things where someone said or someone takes love a certain way and I give it this way, and I'm like, man, well, I'm trying and you ain't receiving it. That's because I don't know anything else but that way.
Both naive, don't understand that it's not
knowing yourself.
It's two different languages.
Yeah, not knowing yourself. So basically, that's what I got from that topic. It's so deep that you could bash it almost, because what is a deadbeat? A lot of people can say it's different things because a lot of people have different values. So it's hard to pinpoint it, but all I can tell you is prematurely having children with someone you don't know is just how you get to these situations, and not knowing yourself, how you love and how you take love. So
yeah, I think that's really the base part of it is because when you know yourself, you know them, you're picking better. When you wait a little while, you're a little more mature, more knowledgeable. That's why I think, growing up, they'd be like, what, till marriage? And you're like, man, I ain't waiting till marriage. I'm having sex now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do this now. I mean, really, in hindsight, it's not just to be married, but it's because it's a deeper commitment, because a lot of people have kids these days and now commit to nothing else but you had kids, which is like the ultimate. That's bigger than marriage to me. It's signing a contract to raise another life.
It's having,
so I think
guaranteed.
That was, that like shunning marriage, and then not just, having kids early. A lot of people was having kids for different reasons. Whether they grew up not feeling loved, not feeling like they felt the family experience, wanted to share that, but not really being whole themselves. There's a whole bunch of shit, but really I say just the picking. Like I hate when I say those things where people are like, if your ex was a movie, what would it be? And somebody put some stuff like The Nightmare on Elm Street or something. It's like, okay, that's great and comical, but that really shows you wasted your time. And you really picked that person to do that with.
That's what I say with what I've been through. I realized that once you're over or better from the situation, you stop bashing, you stop entertaining it.
Yeah, that's weird.
And you got to think about where you was at that time. Like I had to be, if not like that person, I had to be someone that accepted what that person was. So shut up.
And yeah, that's another thing. I've realized I've trauma bonded a lot, and I didn't even know what that was, and that's why I tell you take your time, because if you're not whole, you're giving somebody else who's not whole, you're putting together a whole bunch of broken pieces, and it's like, how can you make that work if, we're bonding on BS? Like, it's not on no evolution, stepping up, it's on some hard times. We recognize those hard times. Oh, you've been through that too? Your mom, your dad? You're like, that's trauma bonding. That's not no triumph type stuff. So
thriving in dysfunction.
Yeah.
As I've said before.
Yeah.
A term that I learned myself that is a lot of people, friendships, relationships, they thrive in dysfunction, meaning that it's a unstable foundation.
Yeah.
That they're set in and that they are working in, and that's what keep them bonded, Something recently happened where someone I know got into a situation where they keep getting brought up by their ex's new girlfriend, and it's like, hey, if you're over this, hey, you should be living your life and be happy.
Move on.
I shouldn't be a topic of discussion. I should be nowhere around it. And it just it got a lot to do with self-esteem, which is truly, as Cat Williams said, of your mother effing self.
For real.
It's up to you to be happy and figure out who you are to make yourself happy. And we all got to unlearn things and learn things which contribute to us being happy and becoming who we're supposed to be or who we want to be. Because, face it, we all have images of who we want to be and who we really are. And we just got to figure out who we are in the time we have to do better.
Accountability, being real with yourself. Because it's like people, I hate that, don't tell me about your BD or BM or this or that. Tell me who you were at the time. Who are they? You know what I'm saying? Who are you now? Like, all my exes and baby moms, I wish them the best. I have even if there's a little risk. I want the best for them. They're my child's, mother. It seemed weird to somebody be like, I wish my baby dad died. And it's like, you don't even think about the kids. It's like, it's not even about the kids at this point. Now you're just speaking selfishly.
Mad.
Those are wounds that you're bleeding on the kids. So
just bad, just ugly. And then all we're talking about, my next topic, and I know you got one, but it kind of segues into my next topic, which was mental health in the black community, which is huge, which is something that is.
Stop saying Antonio Brown is.
Oh, see, that's media. Media would do that.
Yeah, that's he's not sick in the head, man. Like I can't stand that. When something going on with a black person, it's like there's something wrong with them. Like if a white kid shoot up a school, it's like, he's just having a hard time. His mom and dad got divorced. Like it's just weird stuff. What I'm saying? So
that's real. With black
we have
black
to
health,
stop labeling ourselves.
Mental health in the black community is something that is becoming more relevant and more, I'll say promoted, because me growing up. And I'm 34 years old, and when I was younger, it wasn't really talked about, not in my household, not in school. Mental health was something I didn't even learn about until my later years into being an adult. That was a real thing, and learning, that we take in a lot, we don't exhaust a lot, so the life can just be a lot on you, and that's how a lot of people have mental illness and have breakdowns. And so it's something that we need to talk about in our communities, because like me and my bro talked about, that's one thing as being a young black man that's really raised in the inner city. We were taught that was white. It was like white to get therapy. Like therapy.
Like, man, what's wrong? You ain't got, really,
therapy them dishes.
I'm about to say it's a joke, but black parents, now it's a conversation. Back then, it really be like, man, what's wrong with you? Man, I'm feeling depressed. Man, you need to depress them dishes. You don't know about being depressed. You're so-and-so old, you ain't got no bills. Like, damn, okay.
I'm depressed. I work all day.
I'm off myself now.
And you chose to have kids. You coming down to me because you got pregnant.
And that's generations and trauma and passing down, because that don't help nobody. Like, I'm already
all.
feeling bad. Thanks a lot.
Not at all. So when it comes to mental health, and to me, myself, I did therapy summer of 2020. No, 2 summers ago, I did therapy for the summer, and it actually was great. I found a black therapist, and it's rare to find one being in Seattle, but I suggest anyone who's never been, please find one, and who you're comfortable with, because we're born with PTSD. We're born with a
it's passed down, man.
It's genetics. It's damn near. It's hereditary. Like also stuff that we inflict on our own families, as far as we're taught certain things. Like you said, like therapy is thought of as white people stuff.
Yeah,
that's kind of shit as that. But as kids, you're taught that this is kind of something that's not normal in the black household or in the black family.
You don't need that, man. You need to just go get your money.
So. When it comes to that in our community, we really need to urge, not just to go get help, but also communication. Like when people don't realize, especially when you're thoroughly speaking or you're able to open up to someone, communication is a great way to release stress, and it's also a great way to learn yourself through others and make sure that you're being received the way you want to be received. So it's a lot of steps it takes to actually unlearning what we know to learn anew, but mental health is something that you need to take serious and make a part of your day. Whether it be meditation, whether it be disconnecting from phones, or whatever pleases you, whatever stimulates your mind, whatever relaxes you, practice
Even
that.
if it's 30 minutes, I saw something where somebody would come home and they would take 30 minutes to decompress.
Yeah.
And, and he was married, had kids, but when he got home with his wife, his kids didn't speak to him. She brought him a beer. She left him alone. and that was just for 30, 45 minutes, and that's because he's coming in from a day where, it's probably hellacious. So there's different methods, different ways. Try to get therapy to identify who you are and what you may need. Like, there's a lot of stuff I learned about myself. I need to go back to therapy, but I did it a couple times, and there's a lot of stuff that I learned about myself.
Therapy's never ending.
I learned so many issues I didn't know I had, and so many black spaces I didn't even know were there till I filled them in, and it helped me start to get better and make better decisions. So I say go get therapy, take time for yourself, self-care, not that fake self-care. I can't stay. That's so self-care is like the word toxic. It's just everywhere. This is self-care. This is self-care. Like, everything's not self-care, bro. Like, there's a certain amount of accountability with self-care. For you to even get the care, you need to know what the issue is. It's not just saying this is self-care. It's not it. For real.
Not it. So when it comes to mental health in our black community, please, man, don't be ashamed or don't be embarrassed. Either go see a therapist, or we all have, if not someone, there's something that we believe in. Like, even with me, one of my clear spaces and places of peace is the water. So the water is very peaceful to me, very relaxing. So find something that's peaceful to you and that brings you a comfort, brings you a happiness or whatever, and make sure that it's positive, something that is working for the better of you and not just a high you're chasing for a second.
I wonder if O believes in therapy. And I say that because everything he's been through just from 2020 and now, not even before his life, but O might need some therapy, man. Like, seriously.
No, he's been in the field.
Like, in the CHOP, when that was going on, and the riots from the George Floyd, and just then he's had pressure from the media, from blacks, whites. Like, O might need some therapy. So shout out to O, man, too.
Yeah, for real. Shout out to O, man. Thank you for helping us get this out, man. And black media matters, and in Seattle it matters so much.
I know, especially he got shout out from the mayor today.
Oh, yeah. Shout out
Bruce
to
Harrell.
Yeah, Harrell, man. He shouted out.
Just
O,
made
man.
office. Shout out O. So
that's much love, man. Much love. It's about his second week or whatever in office, and you're shouting out Converge.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
I want to start off by saying long live Drake, yo. You know what I'm
Drake
saying?
the ruler, man. Oh, man, listen, we lost another great hip-hop artist and somebody that was influential to a style on the West Coast, and tragically lost his life at a show. And, a lot of people relate music and stuff to things that happen, and you can't do that because at the end of the day, they're all artists, and things that are said, no matter if they're true or not, they're still a testament to not only who they are, but the culture they come from. You can't be mad at someone for where they come from. So you guys might not know it, but he influenced a lot of people, a whole style of people, and he was coming into his own. And it's just sad to see that we're losing a lot of people who are breaking generational curses.
Influential.
Who are, motivating the whole coast, if not the U.S. You know what I'm saying? He had so many hardships before. It's just sad to see. So long live Draco the ruler, man. And I also want to give a shout out to his brother, because I know it's hard to probably lose your brother. And really, I've lost mine before. I lost a couple. So
couple of them,
I know it's hard for you to go through that and also bounce back and try to still be an artist and still contribute. But long live the guy, man.
No, I just wanted to get out of the way. But I reached out to some people, and one of the topics they wanted me to talk about was co-parenting. I mean, we could talk about that, but everybody's
talking about financially. Because the time is always...
See, and that's the thing. Everybody has different understandings, because to me, co-parenting is more about, my mom did it on her own, and that was great, and she shouldn't have done it on her own, but she did. But the thing is, like, I realized growing up, I didn't need my dad's money. Like, of course, it helped, this and that, then when I was training my mom, but what we really needed was his time, his influence.
His influence, for sure.
So when they ask for stuff like that, talk about co-parenting, it's like, what do you want me to say? It could be a beautiful thing. It takes two responsible parents, but they got to be open to it, male and female, mom and dad.
Communication, for sure. And I talked about the topic before, and a little bit of what I was just saying earlier. Like, communicating is really something that's major when it comes to that. And comfortability, because, even with the situation I have, it's like life does go on. And you can't control what someone does. Someone can't control you. I wouldn't let anybody tell me how to live or what I'm doing after not being with them anymore. So I can't expect to do the same. And that's come with maturity of knowing that, hey, they're going to be with someone, or they're going to do this or do that. So let me make this about my kid, make sure our kid is okay and they're getting the best and they're making sure they're loved and they're protected. So I think it just comes down to communication wholeheartedly, because, if parents want the best for if your kids truly the point of you guys talking and really working things out.
It's never about the
as far
kids.
as co-parenting, then you're gonna get the best results because your effort and everything you're doing is going into just for the kid. Like the kid's gonna have the best life no matter if the parents in the same household or not. Like having two parents is like, hey, whatever's best for so and so, him or her, that's what it is.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that, man. That's a touchy subject because everybody has different views.
And it takes two,
thoughts,
you know what I'm saying? Because my dad wasn't there, dog. You know what I'm saying, man?
How you're alive and still dead.
They said, F them kids.
Yeah, he did. My mom divorced him. He said, everybody's out.
Listen, being old enough to laugh about it is a real thing. Just knowing who someone is.
Yeah, he did. It is what it is.
Knowing who someone is what helps you get through stuff like that.
I'm a better dad than he ever was, but it's still facts.
Yeah,
My mom was like, I don't want you no more. He was like, I don't want y'all neither.
I don't want y'all either.
I don't want y'all either. Nah, man, you heard about that Flurona?
Oh, my God. They're dropping the
Flurona.
Rona like J's, man.
It's one called, they call it I Hate You because it's like, is it IHU or is it LHU? It's one of those.
What's killing me is Omarion.
That
joint's going
but
crazy.
that shit's hitting hard. Everybody's sick, man. Stay home sometimes. Like people going to big crowded places. Like then, like a week later, who's all feeling sick? Who was that? So and so. Man, you idiot! Like it's going around, terribly.
You need to stay at home and take the precautions. Everybody's forgetting that life has changed. No matter if you believe in the vaccination or not, life has changed as far as how we carry ourselves in public, how we do things in public, how we are in our
kids will never
homes.
experience the world without Rona. That's crazy. That's mind-blowing. Some kids will never have experienced the world without Rona. Like, that's nuts. It really changed the whole wave of things and how everything's going, man. Like, the news, sports, schools. Like, my son went to kindergarten, and that was it. He ain't been, like, he's in second grade now. He hasn't seen a school. Like, it's crazy how it's affected and changed lives.
No, yeah, for sure. My daughter, she went to kindergarten, and after that, it was a wrap. And her sister's actually physically been in school, but difference with her is she's 2 years younger, so she came after, of course, and started school later. But it's weird for the kids who are going through this. Now Seattle Public Schools have banned fans from being at the home games. I mean, at any games, home or away. So Seattle Public Schools has said until January 22nd, no fans are allowed at any high school games. So it's just changing the dynamics of people's school experience. People are graduating from the computer. Like, it's really disheartening, and it's sad because people aren't getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even if you get vaxxed or not, taking the precautions to protect others is really what matters. Whether you want to go out or not, or whether you want to be seen or not, like, you got to take accountability and be like, hey, I don't feel good, or I'm sick, or I got this test that's positive. I need to stay home. And it's sad because a lot of people, they just get out and just act regular and just don't know if they're giving it to somebody or not, but they are. And so it's been a lot of people this season getting sick, and luckily a lot of people have been, as far as, I know they've been passing it along and getting better, but still need to take precautions and take accountability for your actions. If you're sick or if people are sick around you, just make sure that you're okay and the others are okay, because it's going around heavily, and it's probably going to be an ice cream season before it stops.
No, yeah, they've got to take precautions. Bottom line is, Joe, we got to shut this down, baby. We got to shut it down, man. Man, Big T would have money in the streets, man.
I tweeted earlier, I said, I'll be the one to say it, man. That boy Big T. He wasn't ideal, man. But he was a little more active than these guys. Big T would have shut this joint down and have money in the streets. What did my boy Rich Fontaine say? He said, man, you ain't president hard enough for me, Joe. Like, yeah, man, you guys' cabinet is lacking.
I tell you, rent's too high. Rent gets higher. Like, gas is high.
You guys are lacking out here, man. How's everything going up, Joe?
Activate the stimulators. Put the money in the streets.
Man, Big T had that money in the streets, man. He had it jumping out here, man. He was taking care of the block.
Dice games boost the local economy. We need money in the streets.
Dice games boost the local economy, man. Listen, man, we need to make sure we get these money in the streets so we can take care of home, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, for real, man. We need money. We need your money.
But it's sad that you think about how long we've been in this pandemic and how much they have taken care of the citizens of America to compare to other countries who have contributed a lot of money, even if it's not going in. At the time, it was a lot.
I remember when Canada was getting Bizank, and I'm like, why do I live in the U.S., bro? Like, what the?
Why am I here,
for
man?
Real, man.
This is some bull. Because they're getting thousands a month mortgage. It's not like a hold. It's like, okay, you ain't paying more. Like, we're going to make sure that everybody's okay for this point in time. Even, I believe Australia, we have family in Perth, and they were getting a decent amount of money all the way to, let's say Norway. Like, there's a lot of places that were getting like taken care of at a point in time that you needed it. You got to shut down America to save lives for real. Then you should have been taking care of the lives that you're protecting, because you know the economy is going to take a hit. You know that people aren't going to be working as much. You know that only select jobs get so many hours. So it's kind of cool that America has done people in a little bit of money. If you calculate, I can't remember what the amount was, but it was like 2 years, like probably 600, like $500 a year. It was something that was just like, okay, yeah, you guys are just playing. You guys are putting money into. You guys just signed a bill for like $400 billion for defense, and you guys putting money everywhere except education and health, and into us being taken care of as far as the pandemic goes. So, I mean, a lot of people had different feelings about this topic, but I believe America should be doing a lot more for us as a people and for its citizens, not only the taxpayers, but people who are here, who keep this country going, who make up, its bills. So it's sad, and I don't think Biden been on his ish, but it ain't up to me. I'm just one man.
They lied to us, told us if we ain't black, if we don't vote for you, like Candy Corn, what's her name, Kamala.
You saw the. I can't.
Seriously, she played the black card, then she dipped out. Like
went home to her white husband.
Gotcha,
gotcha, nigga.
Go to hell. They did though. They played us, bro.
Played us.
Man, should listen to Wayne and Kodak, man. They for real. They knew what it was.
They knew what it was.
It's like people were mad at them. Hey man, how could you do that? Shit, you free me. Do it, me
you free me, nigga. We out here, man. You my partner, man.
We good, family.
We locked in 5L.
Big T would have dropped that stimmy on us. I'm telling you.
Dropped that stimmy.
Big T would have dropped that stimmy, baby.
Been having the streets booming.
And see, I think that was the difference in having a billionaire president and then somebody who's not as rich, because his main focus was money. Yeah. So I don't care what's going on. We need to put money in the streets because it's gonna, flow into the economy.
It's gonna take a boost. They're gonna spend some money and do their thing, man.
I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. Put some money in the streets. Everybody's still sick. We're getting sick. There's new variants. There's a new variant from France. So, damn. Like, everybody's coming with their own edition.
They're dropping designer variants.
Their own strain.
Man.
So, we need money in the streets. That's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, well, another topic that I was asked to talk about, and I actually watched Pod I Am Athlete, which I do with Brandon Marshall and Ocho Cinco, a couple other people. They had Al Harrington on there. And if people don't know, Al Harrington was an NBA player. He played for a long time, and now he's in the marijuana business. And he's actually making big strides and big steps for not only black people, but for athletes in that business, and getting different laws passed and changing certain restrictions on marijuana when it comes to the leagues of NBA, NFL. He's been at the forefront. And so he was just on there talking about him actually wanting to be a part of it, not just own something. So he's taking classes. He's been with the growers out in Humble. Like, this guy's been doing real stuff, but he was talking about how important medical marijuana is. And he was talking about edibles and just making sure, because he said,
I can't mess with no edible.
Man, yeah, but edibles are crazy. First off, just make sure you're strong enough and take the right amount if you do indulge. Be responsible. But he literally had said a story of his grandmother who had some type of eye stigma or some problem where she couldn't see. She couldn't read her Bible for 3 years. And he said he was playing with her. He was like, Grandma, just smoke this, it'll help you. And he didn't know that it was going to. He was just playing with his grandma, and she's hit the weed, I guess. And he said, about an hour later, he's trying to find his grandma. He's like, oh, damn, man. I done killed Granny.
I got Granny high.
Granny passed out somewhere. And so he goes downstairs in her room, and she has her back to him. She's in the bed, and her head's down. He's like, Grandma, you all right? And she was crying. But he was like, what's wrong? She was like, basically, I haven't been able to read my Bible for 3 years. And since I smoked that weed, I can see the letters in my Bible. And he was like, man, after that, he said, I got full-fledged into it because I seen the benefits it had with my grandmother, in which it's a deep subject, because I believe that it's been something that's been deemed illegal because of all the cures, all that it helps, if not cure, it helps things subside. So, of course, I think that big laws are created to keep that certain thing down and keep people from using it and profiting.
Big pharma, big laws, that it helps them not lose money because it's a natural herb you can grow.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain people take medicines for nausea, stigmatisms, glaucoma, different things, and
appetite.
They want to give you the medicine for that. They ain't trying to have you go to the backyard in the shed and pull out a plant and fix that.
Yeah, self-heal.
So, no,
and then hemp is fireproof. waterproof. And there's another one not gonna make anything up, but anything I say you can fact check yourself. But hemp, of course, used for paper and so many things.
Everything.
It kills
Papaya.
the lumber resource and lumber revenue. A lot of things that people would lose out on. So you gotta think about what made it really illegal. It's not really the effect of it per se. It's more about revenue. It's more about protecting other, medicines and big pharma and loggers, and it gets deeper than what we think of. But I would encourage people who not only have bad time of sleeping or can't eat or nausea, even people who have seizures. It's been proven many times again that even from small children and up, that doses of edibles or any types of THC can help with seizures.
Shrooms.
Yeah, help.
I'm not being funny.
He don't even do
no,
shrooms.
Seriously, I don't do shrooms.
I don't either.
But I've done some research, and there's a lot of some black therapists, a couple of course users, but I guess shrooms do something where it takes away, it like unlocks memories and takes away like a certain pain. It's really like a de-stressor. I looked it up and multiple sources said it. I couldn't believe it because of course when you think of shrooms, you're like, bro, you're tripping. But I've seen things where they say it helps with people's therapy and stuff. So I'm not saying go do it, but it just popped in my head when you said that,
So, do your own research, but a lot of things that people go through, they have trauma, whether it be physical, whether it be mental or emotional. And I know that, not from just my experience, but others, that it's not a gateway drug. You're not gonna go buy some crack as you do weed. So
you heard Chris Tucker. He said, God put this here for me and you.
For us. So they wanted to not only talk about that. I watched I Am Athlete, and he has some great points. And so even me myself, I'm a supporter of marijuana. I mean, why not? It's not only something that they took from us that comes from the earth, but also they threw us in jail for it. They told us we were thugs and criminals for, not only selling it, but using it.
I shudder when I see
people turn around and see these millionaires being made off this stuff.
I see people in the line in the dispensary who would call the cops on me for either selling weed or smoking it.
Yeah.
And then, when you get into a little bit of industry to 502, you're like, okay, you learn that a doctor and a lawyer own the shop who know nothing about weed.
They just have the right because of their business, getting the first dibs at the license. And it's just so deep that people are having a problem with the black people not being let into the community, and we're not given chances to own and to operate.
License goes who they want to go to, the knowledge to get the license, and then when the license come out, if you want to buy in, now you're going to be upcharged 6 figures for a permit, let alone, a whole operation. So then they make it expensive to where you can't even buy in. So
so it gets really deep, but I think it's something that people in the household should use, not just to get high, but, just to make sure that, we're healing not just physically, but mentally.
Support your local weed guy.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it in the streets. What's up?
You're stupid. Nothing, man. Nothing at all. For real, support them. You don't go to dispensary, ask for discounts. Go to dispensary, ask for 2 for $15. You can't do it, bro. You can't do it, bro. Give me my money, fam. What does Stewie say? Give my money, man.
Give my money, man. You got money for fake mustaches. Give my money. Give my money. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
You talk about our events coming up, or shout out to Trent for becoming the manager of Baltic.
Oh, yeah.
Mint Lounge. My guy Trent, DJ is Trent. He got he's the general manager down at Mint Lounge, and he's going to do a lot for the community. He's somebody that works hard as far as the DJ goes, as far as our hip-hop community, as me and Ronnie has always done for the nightlife and the culture. And so he's been in that position, so we're going to give him props and say, we got you, whatever you need, we support you. Seattle, there's very few people who are of our community and who have the control and have the responsibility of creating. So
and open doors, man.
Yeah, he's opening doors. He reached out to me and bro and other people. So Seattle Mint Lounge support.
Suckers who wouldn't do that.
Let's make sure that we.
For real, it's all love,
man.
Man, some suckers who wouldn't do that.
I know, man.
We open doors. He open doors.
Shout out DJ S. Trent, man. Opening doors, man. Shaking hands and meeting friends. There's a show coming up this weekend with Detroit artist V's, so check that out. But
the DJ Marvelous one.
Yeah, with Mafi D. So shout that out, man. Look forward to me and bro doing events down at Mint Lounge. We're gonna get it popping, man, and keep it going, man. And make sure you guys support us, because it's my mentality. Like for the rest of life, is really like FUBU, and I used to clown it being a kid, like wearing it and stuff. But it's really for us, by us.
By us.
Like,
Huge.
it means
For us
it
by
means
us.
a lot. So we really got to support each other. So shout out to Trent, bro. Appreciate you for reaching back and also doing your thing because you earned that. So do your thing, bro.
I want to shout out Fly Girl Britt. Happy birthday. Birthday just passed. She's one of the people who always support me, bro. I'm talking about over the years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, sis. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. Gonna keep this ish lit. You already know.
And also, I wanted to say to anybody who has a product, has a service, want to advertise on here, man, bro, that's what we're here for. This is a black media outlet. Converge is for Seattle, it's for us as a whole, but it's also for the inner city of us who are still here, who are coming here, who are moving here, who are trying to connect and support each other. So if you have any services, any products, please tap in and let us know, man, what you got going with.
If you got sex toys, you're coming on here talking about them yourself. I'm not talking about the ground pounder 3000. You're gonna come on here and talk about that yourself.
That Rose better get out there and shovel some snow too.
Yeah. Don't call me. Call your Rose.
Yeah, your alternator went out and Rose better fix it.
You got a flat tire? Call your Rose.
Hope we got AAA. But no, so if you got a service or a product, please tap in. You got any clothes? We'll definitely rock the clothes that you see, man. Support my guy, man. Bag, man. My guy, Demetrius Tinsley.
Sky
Blue, you know what I'm saying? We definitely rock our own. We love us, man. For us, by us, man. So definitely rock with it, man. This is Factorz TV. I'm really
VI.
Black Media Matters, man. Shout out Converge Media. We out.
We out. Till next time.